go thing. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Wait, where the fuck did Shiro go?
DMG is deep in despair.
Yep, they did it again. There's another broken item in the game, and the testers are nowhere to be found. The intro was a little bit exaggerated as we had 5 people setting Stormbreaker at once, but if you get 4 of your friends with Stormbreaker also and you go into depths, even on freshies, as the 40 flat damage is across all powers and doesn't even scale with weapon. You can do this on a formless shard. But basically, if you get 4 of your friends go into depths and you all throw your Stormbreaker at someone at the same time, they instantly get knocked. That guy in the intro had a full kit on. He had like 550 HP and 50 lightning armor. It was insane. Stormbreaker can also be affected by damage modifiers, which means if you go on a freshie with Flame Within, Rush Hour, and an Ishin's Ring, you're doing 60 damage a tick on a 4-tick weapon. Also, my bad if this video feels rushed. I've been trying to rush it out since I've seen people start to also post the Stormbreaker thing while I've been working on this video, so sorry if it feels like that. If this video does well, I will post a video circulating just about Stormbreaker, as I found out critical talents work on Stormbreaker, critical engine works on Stormbreaker, and I will also show text to stun into a true Stormbreaker that nobody can block, parry, or dodge. Anyways, onto the testing I did with the Stormbreaker crit just to show how broken this is. So the first thing I mainly tested was Blessed Gem using Stormbreaker, but it seems the Blessed Gem actually voids the damage of Stormbreaker. As you can see, my first crit does no damage at the start, but then when I use it again when the Blessed Gem doesn't proc, it does fine damage. So for some reason, it like voids the damage, even though it does half the cooldown of your Stormbreaker crit. This really sucks, as Blessed Gem would have been the best gem overall, like for spamming the fuck out of Stormbreaker, but it just doesn't work. The next gem I tested was Bloodless Gem. Every time you hit the crit, you actually heal 30 flat HP per Bloodless proc, which is absolutely insane. Though the issue I had with Bloodless Gem is you're not going to really be boss raiding with Stormbreaker, as it does stun you when you throw it. The main reason you want to use Stormbreaker is for those easy quick drops that you do with your friends. The next gem I tested is basically my favorite gem with Stormbreaker, just because of the fact that it adds extra damage, and when you add extra damage to an already broken weapon, it's just going to be absolutely insane, and the synergy is through the roof. So overall, Nocturnal Gem is my favorite for Stormbreaker. The next gem I tested was Wayward Gem. Now the thing is, Stormbreaker actually sends people flying and ragdolls them, and now when you have a Wayward Gem, you can use something like Rocket Lance, Oxidizing Rust, Ice Lance, while you're actually being TP'd to hit them for even more damage on your crit. But one downside to this is you may still be stunned by your Stormbreaker even during the Wayward TP, which would absolutely suck, and if the enemy is smart, they might actually hit you while you're stunned by the Stormbreaker. Anyways, onto the main thing I tested, trying to get as much damage as possible. So I realized if you use a weapon with bleed damage, it actually adds onto the Stormbreaker crit 6 true damage, yes, true damage per proc, which means you get 24 extra damage as you get 4 procs. For this test, I was also proccing Manipulator, Tears of Eden Kite, and Nocturnal Gem. Now, the dummy can actually only be hit 3 times by Stormbreaker because of its placement. No matter what I tried, I really couldn't hit him 4 times. So keep that in mind. I am going to add an extra little bit of damage in my calculation, and I will tell you what damage I add based off of the damage like the other things did, as the 42 damage should have also been added. Since we're testing the damage against players, I think it just makes sense, as you don't want to know the damage against dummies in your guild base.
I got this! I got this!
So basically for the calculation, what I'm going to do, put this screenshot in here. This is the screenshot of all the damage. As we can tell, 42, 58.9, 10, 53.2. And we're going to round these to 2 actually to make my calculations easier. And since it hit twice, it's going to be 12 right here. So now we have the 42 plus 58, which is 90.9, and then 100.9, and then and then 154.1, and then 166.1, and then also we're gonna add another 42, as this was the proc from the Stormbreaker coming back, and since that would also hit twice, but we were on a dummy so it didn't hit twice, it would be a plus 42, which would make this 208.1 damage. Now, if we were to do 50% lightning armor, that would actually be 104.05 damage. Now, this is against like 50% lightning armor, which usually people have around like 34, I think it is, from profits, or 44 technically. If you're using an elemental kit, you can actually do upwards of like 130.1 damage, or what is that, like 134.25 maybe, I don't know, somewhere around this specific damage to people, 134.25. Now imagine you have just 4 people alone. That is around 537 damage from 4 people using a crit on someone that's just standing still. That is absolutely insane damage. Anyways, I hope this information helped you. I'll be answering any questions you have about this glitch in my Discord, by the way, like how to transfer the Tears of Eden-kite. I might be working on a build with it. I don't know yet. If I do make a build for this, it will be in my Discord. But I will probably also post a separate video for the build showcase, as I want to show off the true combos. Anyways, hope you have a great day. Sorry if this feels rushed again. It is quite literally 3 a.m. for me right now, as I've just been like editing this video and recording it at the same time, which is kind of a stupid idea. You should always record your videos first. But I'm just really trying to get this out.